For decades, the engine debate was pretty simple, right? V6 got you economy, V8 got you power. That was the trade-off. But what if I told you that in the real world, that's just not the whole story anymore? Yeah, the truth is way more interesting. We've all heard it 1,000 times. More cylinders means more power, which means more gas. Simple math. But is that rule still true? Because as you're about to see, modern tech and some real-world data are flipping that old script on its head. All right, first up, let's talk about what really matters. Forget the sticker on the window for a second. We're talking real-world miles per gallon. What are people actually getting day to day? The answers, they might just surprise you. Okay, so here's what we expect to see. This Reddit user swapped his V6 Mustang for a V8 and sure enough saw his MPG drop by about 5. In that stop-and-go city traffic, the old wisdom holds up. The V8 is definitely thirstier. No real shocker there. And here's another one just to drive the point home. A V8 Corvette versus a V6 Camaro. And again, look at that, about a 5 MPG difference. So yeah, when you're jumping from light to light, that V8 power comes at a price at the pump. But this is where the story takes a turn. You get these modern V8s out of the city and onto the open highway, and something kind of magical happens. That fuel economy gap we just saw, it all but disappears. Now, check this out. The same guy says he's hit 30 miles per gallon in his V8 Corvette on a road trip. 30. The V6 Camaro, only 3 MPG better. I mean, that just shatters the whole gas-guzzling V8 myth, doesn't it? So this chart kind of says it all. You can see the big penalty for the V8 in the city, but look how close they get on the highway. The difference is tiny. So how is that even possible? How can a massive V8 suddenly become so efficient? Well, the answer isn't magic. It's engineering. Really, really smart engineering. Let's dig into the tech that lets a big V8 sip fuel like it's a 4-cylinder. The absolute hero of this whole story is a technology called cylinder deactivation. The concept is genius in its simplicity. If you're not using all the power, why waste fuel on all the cylinders? So picture this. You're cruising down the highway, barely touching the gas. The car's computer knows this, and it just turns off half of the cylinders. Just like that, your big V8 is running as a super efficient 4-cylinder. But the second you need that power back to pass someone, bam, they all fire up instantly. You don't even feel it. Okay, so on the highway, fuel economy is pretty much a toss-up. But let's be honest, we don't buy cars with just our brains, do we? We buy them with our ears and our hearts too. So let's talk about the part that really gives you goosebumps, the sound. So if the mileage argument is basically off the table, why do people still shell out the extra cash for the V8? You know the answer. It's that sound, that rumble. But what is that sound? Where does it come from? It's not just noise, my friend. It's physics. And this is where it gets really, really cool. It all starts with something called engine order. Just think of it like a drum beat. For every single turn of the crankshaft, a V8 creates 4 exhaust pulses. Pop, 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 pop. A V6 only creates 3. Pop, pop, pop. That's the fundamental note of the engine. But it's not just that one note. You also get harmonics. Think of them like musical overtones that create a chord. So that V8's 4-beat rhythm also creates an 8-beat and a 12-beat tone at the same time. All these sounds blend together to create a deep, complex chord. It's why a V6 can sound kind of raspy, while a V8 sounds so full. But wait, there's more. Not all V8s sound the same, right? I mean, a Mustang doesn't sound like a Ferrari. And the secret to that classic rumble versus a high-pitched scream? Well, it comes down to one single part. It's all about the crankshaft. This thing is basically the heart of the engine, and how it's designed completely dictates the engine's character. And there are 2 main flavors. So on one hand, you've got the cross-plane V8. This is the soul of American muscle. It has an uneven firing order that gives you that iconic, burbling rumble. On the other hand, you have the flat-plane V8. Think Ferrari. It fires perfectly evenly, and that's what creates that high-pitched, exotic scream. So why doesn't every V8 scream like a race car? Well, it's because that cross-plane design is just smoother. It's naturally balanced, which means way less vibration in the car. So that legendary American rumble, it's basically a happy accident, a byproduct of engineering for a comfortable ride. Kind of cool, huh? And man, the V8 has been on an incredible journey. You look at this timeline from powering early airplanes to Cadillac putting them in the first mass-produced cars, to Ford making them affordable for everyone, and now to today's super efficient, high-tech versions, the V8 has never stopped evolving. So, after all that, what's the bottom line? V6 or V8? Let's break it down one last time. Here it is, plain and simple. In the city, yeah, the V6 still wins on MPG, but get out on the highway, and thanks to cylinder deactivation, it's pretty much a dead heat. And then there's the sound, that deep, musical rumble from a cross-plane V8. A V6 just can't replicate that. It's in a class of its own. So you see, the choice today is so much more than just power versus economy. It's really a decision about engineering character. It's about choosing a sound signature that's literally written into the laws of physics. And that leaves us with one final big question. As we head into an electric future filled with silent cars, how are we going to remember this sound? Will that V8 rumble go down in history as the last great song of the combustion engine? Definitely something to think about.